Good morning, good morning. Bad habits. Let me remove it. Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday. Happy Children's Day. Welcome to Neddy's Bag. Okay, I'm just here admiring myself. All right, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, before we go into details, go and subscribe. Don't just watch and go. Subscribe, share my videos to people who will like it, who will gain from it, and make sure you subscribe and make sure you give me likes. I need the likes. The likes will enable YouTube to promote more of my video. Welcome back to my channel. All right, I said the last live video we did, I said I was going to be doing some practical work. All right, oh god, even without me making my hair, I'm looking a bit cute. All right, so first of all, I'm just going to say one or two tips today about bag making. For some of us that are beginners, you are going to learn something today, so make sure you don't go away. Don't come go. Make sure you stay here and learn something. Stop thinking of I am wasting data. If you don't invest, how will you gain? All right, so first of all, we are just going to be talking about things that you should know. All right, first of all, let me show you my cute bag. This is a clutch Ankara purse. Okay, this is a clutch Ankara purse. This one has no foam. This part has no foam. This part has foam. Can you guys see the difference? I will usually say that I prefer this one that has no foam, because it just, like, when you look at it physically, I don't know if you guys can see it, it's smoother. All right, this one that has no foam, the only advantage it has, though it's fine though, is that it's soft to feel. Okay, it's soft to feel. So this is a step-by-step bonus class that you're going to be getting in in my paid class, and also have the clutch for sale. I'm not here to advertise, just to tell you the difference, just to show you the difference of when you make a clutch with a foam and the one that has no foam. That's why I told my students, you are going to be learning making a design. I teach you different ways you can achieve a particular design, so you will be able to decide if you are going to be making the one with foam, if you are going to be putting foam on it. You can see it, this one has foam. This is the foam I use. All right, this one has foam, this one has no foam. So you decide and you want to kind of make for your customers. All right, so these are beautiful clutch purse I made with this. It's a bonus class. It's a step-by-step process, no editing. So I came to show you these guys this. And also I want us to talk about the importance of using matching oil in sewing. I know I'll be emphasizing it. It's very important. Until I discover the trick, okay, I actually find out that it's way easier for you, especially when you're using a domestic machine. All right, because before now, when I used to sew leather, I actually started with sewing leather before my love transferred from leather or Vanna to Africa print. Okay, I've always started with sewing leathers. So when I didn't know the trick of using oil. I think oil just acts as a form of lubrication. Okay, I don't, if you're a science student in school, they must have taught you then about friction. All right, when you are trying to move, something's trying to, like an opposing force. So that's how the machine has on leather. When you want to sew, there's some leather you sew, most time it goes freely, sometimes it will not go to strength, like as you are sewing, it's trying to like move in the opposite direction, and it's not even sewing, and so that makes you that makes you feel discouraged. All right, so I'm going to be applying matching oil. We are going to be practicalizing with it. First of all, we sew it without oil, then we are going to apply oil and see how easy it is for you to sew. So if you're a beginner, there are some minor things that you don't know, and you begin to feel kind of discouraged because you don't have the idea, you don't have the information. All right, sometimes it's good for you to ask questions. So please, very important. I just say where I would say glue, it's very important. I will also emphasize, super glue is very important for your work too. I will also emphasize using matching oil. And one thing that I want to say is it's also very applicable when sewing Ankara print. Okay, I think I made mention of it on one of my tutorial, and someone say, is it not going to stain? No, if you use it carefully, if you attach some, I mean, if you apply some precautions, it's not going to stay your fabric. So it's very important. All right, so first of all, let's go to the machine. Let's sew this without oil, and let me apply oil and see how freely it's going to go. So very important. It's one of the things you should have whenever you are sewing with your leather, your Vanna. It could be genuine leather, it could be a Vanna, it could be any synthetic leather. Make sure you have your oil. That's if you don't have a working foot. Okay, it basically helps to perform the function of a working foot. You know, if you have a working foot, it can overcome that friction. Okay, from though it's been long I graduated from secondary school, but I can still remember a bit of the definition of friction. It's like an opposing force that is working against the force that's trying to move something forward. Okay, sorry, I'm just spitting out. I'm talking fast. Let me tell you the reason, guy, I'm talking fast. It's because first of all, I'm using an iPhone. For some time now, my iPhone will just get heated up, and before you know it will go off. So I don't want that to occur. I just want to quickly say what I want to say, important thing I want to say before that happens. So if it happens, that means we'll go live again until we finish today's discussion. All right. So friction is practically a force that opposes the moving, like you are trying to move forward, there's a force trying to pull you backward. I think that's what friction is. So that is what happens when you are trying to sew with your domestic machine. You are sewing on Vanna, you are sewing on leather. Okay, so that is the reason. One main function of a working foot is that it helps to overcome that friction. It helps to overcome that friction. So most industrial machines, like your flatbed industrial machine, your cylinder bed industrial machine, your post bed, these are the main three types of machine you use for bag making. If you don't know today, let me mention them again: the cylinder bed, the post bed, and the flat bed. All right, so as the name implies, they are built in such shape. So the cylinder bed is just like, it's cylindrical in shape. The post bed is like a post, it's long like this. So the flat bed is flat. Okay, these machines are very important. So if you are a beginner, you can afford it. I will always make sure of that first. If you can afford it, okay, and you want to decide out of this three machine, which one am I going to go for first? Go for the cylinder bed machine. Though the cylinder bed machine is way expensive. Okay, the price of a flat bed can, like, price of two flatbed machines can buy a cylinder bed machine. That's how expensive a cylinder bed machine. But cylinder bed machines are multifunctional. Okay, they can perform the function of a flatbed as well as some complicated functions that the flatbed cannot perform. So again, I want to state here that if you can afford it, let me remove this thing. It's not making me look cute. It's not making me look cute. Today I want to, even if I'm not making my hair, I just want to look beautiful for you guys. Today is Children's Day. So send me my gift. I'm still a child though. So the cylinder bed is multifunctional. Okay, it can perform a whole lot of functions. And there are some cylinder beds, I think virtually all the cylinder beds that have table. Okay, they come with some tables that if you want to sew in form of a flat stuff, because a flat bed is actually very okay for sewing flat things that you just lay on top of your machine and sew. I don't know if you understand. I think I talked about it on my community. I'll be talking about it on my Facebook. If you have been following me on Facebook, I kind of trying to differentiate the three machines. I will make a podcast if you have been following me on my Facebook. All right, so the post beds are multifunctional. They will come with some flat machine. So if you want to sew flat thing, you just insert that flat table on it. So they are very multifunctional. Again, I want to state, if you can afford it, you want to decide of these three machines, you want to go for the flat bed. It's going to take away lot of stress you are going to be encountering. It's going to make your work easy. It's going to make your life easy. Okay, we don't want stress. No human being wants stress. It's going to make your work easy. The only disadvantage is that they are way expensive. But if you cannot get it, and I'm not forcing you to get, even as I'm talking to you guys, I don't have a cylinder bed machines, but I'll be making bags, I'll be selling bags, I'll be shipping my bags abroad. Okay, I'll be using my domestic machine. Okay, so there are some I'll be using this machine. It's a simple domestic manual blackhead machine. So there are some situations you will encounter. You just have to learn some certain tricks. Okay, I couldn't afford that machine. I had to start using my domestic machine, and I had to learn some tricks, some secrets on how to use domestic machine. And I can bet you that for good 5 years now, I've been using this my black hair machine, and I've been sewing professional looking bags in quotes. Okay, I think that's personal for me. You can decide on what, if you, I mean, some person will say, they are not that professional. To me, I think I know they are very, very professional, because I'll be getting commendation testimonials from my client that my works are extremely neat rather. Okay, pardon me if I'm talking fast. I don't want my phone to go off by the time it overheats. So I use a flatbed machine. But I will tell you, to be frank and sincere with you guys, if you know me, I'm always telling you the truth. There are challenges. Okay, so there are challenges. The only thing I can do for you is that I'm going to help you reduce that challenges by telling you the tricks. Okay, because I've been using it over the time, and I'll be able to bring out some challenges and how to solve these problems. All right, even at that, if I want to advise you, if you can afford it, go for a cylinder bed machine. Okay, there are limitations. It's just that because I've been using it, I've been able to figure out this limitation and find solutions that work for them. All right, that's why I say register for this course, because it took me time to figure out this limitation. So I'm not going to be giving you for free. The ones I've given you for free, people have not, you have not rewarded me. I asked you to pay for a course to support me. Did you pay? No. I love you guys. You did not pay. Okay, so pay for that course to get those challenges, and I was able to figure out some other ways you can get the gusset of a bag done, especially those of you say you cannot sew the gusset of your bag with your domestic machine. That is the sacrifice I'll be able to make by not working for 3 months. That's what I have been doing, trying to figure out these things. All right, I know we are not supposed to talk about type of machine, but it's very, very important, because in as much as I've been trying to talk about them, the different type of machines, which are the cylinder, the post bed, a flatbed, some people still come to my DM, send me private messages, direct messages on the type of machines they will go for. That means people don't want to listen to, I'm sorry, some persons don't take time to watch my video, because it's as though some of you skip my videos, and it could be very, very annoying, seriously, because you take time to create a video and people don't watch it. What you've said in a particular video, they will still come to you asking you that question, which all shows that they are not supporting you, and you not feel okay, you won't feel good. Sometimes I take my time to answer them. Sometimes I'll tell them, go and watch that video, because I've already talked about it. All right, so take note. If you can afford it, go for a cylinder bed machine first. Again, it's way expensive, like times 2. Like a flatbed machine price is like times 2 of a cylinder bed. Cylinder bed is the most expensive, followed by a flat bed. I think a post bed is a bit cheaper. All right, it's a bit cheaper. Then of these 3 machines, if you can also afford it, please get a domestic machine, a simple machine like this too. This will help you in sewing your lining. All right, it will help you to sew your soft fabric if you get a simple machine, because those industrial machines use big size needles. All right, you wouldn't want to use your industrial machines to start sewing lining and then start poking holes on your needle. So get these 3 sets of machine, and also get a simple machine that you will use for your lining. That's if you are very rich. Okay, I pray all of us get rich to that stage that we are able to afford everything we need. So if you are enjoying my live stream, please give me a thumbs up. No one has given me a thumbs up, and people are watching. And if you want to make suggestions about my live stream, if you feel that there's something liking, there's something you're not enjoying, please do. I'm your baby girl. Do give me, let me know some of the things I ought to improve on, so I can change that. So we just go to our cylinder, our machine. I don't know why I keep on saying cylinder. Maybe very soon I'm going to get our machine. I've been dreaming about it. I'm really going to get the machine. Okay, so we are just going to sew. First of all, let me just move my lights backward. Okay, all right. So I'm using a very small ring light, so I'll arrange those things. So what I'm going to do, just to tell you the importance of using oil, this person that is somebody that is watching, please let me know who you are. Okay, let me know you are actually doing the right thing, because there are some secrets that you don't get from my normal uploads. There are some secrets you will not get from my normal upload. You see, I didn't actually get ready for this class. Like, can you imagine? I don't want to come here again and start giving an excuse. I'm supposed to fix my thread before I come live, so I can't get my black thread right now. So I'm just going to use this thread. So just to prove a point for you, just to explain something, the kind of thread we use does not really matter. So you can watch me quickly fix my thread. If you don't know how to fix a thread, you can also learn, because this life, you are seeing it, it's not edited, you are seeing it the way it's being done. That's why it's important to watch live. When it's edited, some people will make mistake and they will edit that part out, okay, and you won't be able to learn anything. So try and also watch people's life. You gain a lot when you do that. And don't go about running about, like you won't stay in one place, you watch. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. You know, I love you people, so I don't want to be insultive. So I'll just bring my thread. I see the way I just fixed it, very easy. All right. So if one thing about bag making, I don't know if it applies to cloth making too. You don't have to have idea of bag making, I mean of matching, okay, to buy a course. Once you know how to fit the thread, you can just use your hand. I be winding it clockwise and it will sew until you have an idea. So some of you saying, I don't have idea of sewing, how am I supposed to buy the course? Even if you don't have the idea, use your hand, you still get the effect. Most of the time I use my head, especially when I'm sewing external stitches. I use my hand because I want my external stitches to be very neat. So my industrial machine I stay in shop, most time, though I know in Nigeria, in my area, there's scarcity of lights, I hardly use lights, okay, even if there's light, I hardly use light, because I notice most of my clients, when they come back, there's something they say that boosts off my confidence, that my work is extremely neat, especially the external stitches. What do? I usually take that time to use my hand to ensure that I'm sewing according to the seam allowance. All right, so most time using your hand to sew without the electricity is not bad, especially when you want to get a very neat stitch for your external stitches. So I don't know, there are some leather that you'll be trying to sew, to be trying to pull back, so some of them will go. I don't know if this is the kind of leather, I didn't do my research, but just to see, let's just see. Okay, it's sewing, but it's not sewing freely. All right, it's not sewing freely. So let's finish this. It's not sewing freely. Can you see it's cutting thread? It's not sewing freely. But the difference is when I apply this matching oil, it will just go freely, as though I'm using a walking foot. Okay, that's one of the advantage of using a walking foot. It allows you to sew freely. It claps your fabric, irrespective of the number of fabrics you are using. If you like, use 3 fabrics all together. The walking foot is going to sew through your fabric without much challenge. That's why most industrial machines come with walking foot. So when you are using this machine and you see you don't have a walking foot attached to it and it's not sewing your fabric well, please, a tip. But is it a tip or secret? A secret. Apply oil. You can even apply. I've applied it on my Ankara, so my Ankara bag. Just be careful so you don't get your work stained. Give me a thumbs up, or if you are watching, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up so that YouTube can share it to other people. Okay, can promote it as I'm doing this live. So I'll just sew it. All right, so if you are this kind of person that work with leather, please use matching oil. Okay, very important. I used to think that before I started using it, I've heard a lot of persons say it, use matching oil, but I never paid much attention to that. Also, I started using it and I saw a great difference. I saw a huge difference. Okay, when I put matching oil now, then I put matching oil, it's going to go freely. Guys, if you want to experiment, go and buy different leather and see that most of the leather or vinyl you buy cannot, your machine cannot sew through them, most of them. As you are trying to sew, the machine is trying to, like, it's trying to pull back. Okay, it's like there's a kind of friction action taking place. So the only way you can overcome that is by the use of matching oil. That's why I'm talking about this today. All right, so when I apply matching oil now, I'm trying to sew. I'm coming. When I try to sew, can you see? This is just going freely. Can you see? Or like this, it wasn't even going like I was even trying to use my hand. Can you see where it just went freely? And it will not stay. Once you are done, just take your rag and clean off the matching oil. That is the importance of this, and that's also the importance of using a working foot. Okay, so if you don't have working foot, I know in Nigeria people don't know mostly about working foot. There's a working foot you buy, you attach to your domestic machine, but you don't get that in Nigeria. I used to have that. I got mine from AliExpress in China. The other one I got from Amazon in the USA. So you don't get them in Nigeria shops. All right, until I discovered this. So if you once you know the trick of using this, you don't need a working foot for your domestic machine. Okay, but when you have your industrial machines, all your industrial machines come with working foot, they make sewing easy for you. So that's the advantage. Your flatbed machine, your post bed, your cylinder bed, they all come with working foot. But this part of your machine, this sorry for that interruption, this one does not come with a working foot. I made a video where I showed you a working foot. There's a working foot you attach to this and you sew. All right, there's a working foot. But if you cannot get that, so by if you cannot access that, or if you don't have, please use machine oil. I just demonstrated the difference of sewing with a machine oil and not sewing with machine oil. You could, okay, there's network problem, sorry. So this is foam, this is foam. Let me put the, okay, can you see? And this is not foam. So me personally, I would prefer this because when I view it physically, this look finer than this. The only difference is that this one feels so good when you feel it. There are some persons naturally in my shop, I do different type. I do the ones with foam and the ones without foam. So I'll show them, to let them choose the particular ones they will want me to make for them and they want to order. All right, so you could see the difference. So if you're trying to make something like this, please decide if you are going to be using foam, okay, and not foam. It's a very cute one. Oh, my phone is not doing justice, so it's a very cute purse. All right, I wanted to give it out as a gift. Maybe I'll give it out as a giveaway. All right, but you will have to encourage me. Let me wear it. Today's Sunday. Let me wear it, guys. Let me carry it. So today is Sunday. How people celebrate the Children's Day now? So you can reduce the chain. You can carry it across your shoulder and see how cute. Man, this is cute, right? And this is all without foam. So I think we've talked about that. Then there's something I wanted to point out again, or rather something I want to point out is me personally, I like making bags that are sturdy, bags that are strong. All right, they actually make your bag look professional when your bag is kind of hard. So when you make bags, I'm not going to be saying some tip and tricks like the ones I intend to say. I'll just say a few ones. Most of them are for my paid students. I'm sorry for that. So if you are making bag, for instance, as a beginner, you have interfaced your bag. Okay, you have decided the type of interface you want to use. If you are in the USA, you are in Canada, you are in Ghana, you are in Cameroon, wherever you are. I know mostly when you're in USA, most of the interface we are used to is the Decover, right? The Decover heavy, the Decover light, and some interfacing that look like this wording. All right, if you are in Nigeria, mostly we are used to fiber, we are used to carry board. Carry board, I think, is also called cellulose board. We are used to Mako, also known as the EVA foam. Okay, Ghana, okay, you're welcome. You know what, I have issue, I have challenge with pronunciation. God help me, but I can see what you wrote. You are from Ghana. You're welcome to my live stream. Please keep watching my live stream and my videos. All right, so wherever you are, whatever interfacing you are using, if you are using Decover Light, Decover Heavy, in Nigeria you are using Everfoam. Everfoam is also known as Mako. It's everywhere, guys. I noticed it. I was doing research for my students. Some of them will say they cannot get leather to buy. So because I've tried figuring out the materials they are going to use. So I did research. I went online and I found out that Mako, which is also known as Everfoam, EVA foam, okay, EVA foam is everywhere. So some of you in Ghana that called me that you can't get some of this material, I mean my paid students, so okay, you cannot get it, maybe you've not figured out the right shop. The only thing I can do for you is to give you cutters of people I buy from the online shop. All right, that's the only thing I can do for you. But the issue I see there is the shipping fee. I'm not going to be saying it that most of this information are for my page today. I keep on saying if I reveal it to you, it will be fair to them on their own part. So we are talking about interfacing now. Interface is very, very important in bag making. Aside from the issue some people have, I think first issue that most bag makers have is drafting pattern. All right. Once you can figure out the process of drafting bag pattern, I think the next issue is knowing the right interfacing to use. Knowing the right interfacing to use. I know that from experience. I actually went through that challenge too. Okay. So I want to state here that most of this interface you see me use are mostly I got them from Nigeria. But another interface you can use in replacement of this interface, in case you cannot get them, like the leather board, the fiber, is your EVA foam. Guys, they perform a similar function. So your Marco, also known as EVA foam. So go online, search for EVA foam. You are going to see it. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Wherever you are, if you are in Cameroon, just that maybe you have not gotten the right place. You don't. It's not like these things are not sold there. They should be sold there. So if you are a bag maker, you don't know the right place, another advice I will give to you, please meet those people that are doing carpentry work. Okay, they use similar stuff that we use for our bag, for bag making too. Okay, I'm revealing something that if you don't know. Carpenters that make chairs, upholstery. I mean, let me not bite my tongue. Is it upholstery? I don't know. I mean carpenters that make chair. So meet them, ask them questions. You see this gum that we use, this contact adhesive cement, they use them too. You see this mats, this fabric that we use, they use them. You see some of this material form, they use similar stuff that we use for bag. Please meet them, ask them where do they buy their stuff from. Let them direct you. I mean, if you're in Nigeria, I can direct you, okay? If you're my paid student, if you have registered for my course, I'll give you contacts of my vendors. But if you are not in Nigeria, if you're in places, because most of my students that are asking questions, most of them are mainly in Cameroon and Ghana. All right. If you are in those places, I can give you contact of online vendors. But again, if you don't want to buy online, please meet those people that make chairs. Okay, carpenters that do carpentry work. Ask them where do they get their stuff from. Okay, also take your time, go to places where they sell thrift material, tailoring materials, like just do some research, ask question. You will be able to find out some things. Okay, because I don't think most bag makers on who make content on bag making will be saying all of this, and most of them will not have time to answer your question. So I would have asked you to do your research. Okay, even if you want to do research, you are not going to be finding that on Google. If you find anything on Google, you're going to be like place like USA in Nigeria. Not everything you find on some places, some African country in Ghana, they are not going to talk about it. They are not going to cover up these things. So my only advice is for you to go and ask these people these questions, and also take your time to just go out and do research for yourself. That is the best I can say. So the little ones I know where that some persons have told me, okay, I cannot reveal it here. The reason I'm saying I can't reveal, maybe until my course is over, I'll start revealing some certain things. So I have some paid students that I'm loyal to. Okay, so there's some information that I can't give here. All right, so I am sorry. So we are still talking about interfacing. So I just said that one of the challenges we faced as a beginner slash master class students slash intermediate students is knowing how to draft a pattern first of all, because I went through that challenge. I know most people face the challenge, and knowing the right interfacing to use. Knowing the right interfacing to use for your back can either key or make your bag. I know what I'm saying. For instance, you are doing a laptop bag, you are not using a right interfacing, it won't even come out well. It will not come out well. If it, no matter the kind of bag, whether it's a bucket bag, whether you are doing a tote bag, you are doing a laptop bag, you are doing a back bag, you are doing a clutch, whatever. If you don't know the right interfacing to use, if it's too thick, for instance, it will not come out well. If it's too light, it will not come out well. So knowing the right interfacing to use is a vital thing to know as a bag maker. All right, so the reason I'm here today, we are not going to be talking about how to know the right interfacing to use, but after you've prep your bag, okay, you've put your bags together and you now discover that the external It's not looking hard as you ought it to be. It's not looking sturdy, it's not looking strong as you wanted it to be. You can remedy that. And one other thing you can do, guys, is, for instance, if you want to interface your external, for instance, you have used a particular interface, it's not looking strong. What you do, okay, irrespective of the kind of interface you are using, whether you are using leather board, whether you are using fiber, whether you are using the EVA foam, and that's what the USA people call it, whether you are using Decover. Okay, Decover is mostly seen in the USA and Canada. Whether you are using the light one, the heavy Decover, the light Decover in places like Canada and USA. I'm emphasizing it. I know that most of you are from the USA, you are watching me. Okay, what you do once, and whether you are using a chipboard, again, yes, you can see chipboard everywhere. Okay, so what you can do is you can use your gum, cut two. Maybe you use one and you find out that it's too light, you can actually cut two, apply gum on the surface, and you gum them together before you use it. Okay, I'm saying that if it's too light, if you get an interface that is too light, you can put two layers. It will have, when you put two layers, you can use your gum, your cement gum, your adhesive cement gum, you put them together. That is going to make it to act as a layer. All right, you don't have to be saying this interface I have is not light enough to be used for this bag. You can put as many layers as you want together. It's going to give you that same effect. I've done it severally. Okay, especially when I go to market, I'm not able to get the particular thickness of interface I want for my bag, because I can tell an interface that I want to use for my bag, because I've been doing bag for a long time. So there are things that I don't have to think that much to get. So I wouldn't mind that much. I would go for that light interface. I'll just know that it's going to be a bit wasteful, because I'm going to be joining layers of that particular interface together to get the effect I have. Okay, so that also go for your Decover, heavy Decover, your light Decover if you are in Canada, if you are in USA. Okay, I know you people use this, and EVA foam too. If you're also using wording, you can, if wording, you cannot gum wording, right? But you can sew, you can put them together. You can put two layers together like this is a layer, this is very light. Okay, if you are going to be doing a studying bag, please use a thick one. There's a very thick one that you can use. Put them together. You can put like three together, sew them. If you don't want to iron, but you can iron them, because the wording itself, this wording, again, don't tell me you cannot get this to buy. Okay, whether you're in Canada, whether you're in Ghana, Cameroon, these are everywhere. You get them from tailoring store. Tailors use this a lot. So what I want to point out is that this has two faces. There's this side that doesn't have gum. There's this part that have gum. It has gum. Okay, so you can iron it. Okay, when you iron it, it will stick together. But if you don't want to go through that stress, all you have to do, just put the layers together, sew on it. All right, so to give you the thickness you want. Okay, what I'm trying to say, that if you get a wording and the thickness is not what you want, just make sure you cut like 2 or 3 layers, put them together, sew it, use it for your bag. Guys, trust me, I've done that before, and I got the thickness I want. Nobody will believe that what I used was interfacing. Okay, because I had to put some layers together. I didn't have the interfacing I wanted, so I have to be creative. I actually thought outside the box. What will I do to make this particular bag look sturdy? So I now put layers and layers of interfacing together, and I sewed them around. By the time I finished that bag, it was even looking stronger than when I usually use a EVA for Mako. All right, so as you go on doing this thing, you start gaining ideas, you start thinking wisely. You just think outside the box. Like, most time you don't have to like stress yourself, because you already get some experience on that stuff. All right, so these are some tips and secret, I don't know why I'm blabbling, that I want you guys to know today. Thank God my phone did not go off. You people are watching, you have not given me thumbs up. I'm not happy. So this is 34 minutes 26 seconds, so I'll probably just go. But before I go, guys, the online course starts 6th of June, and discounts heads in 2 days time. come and register now before that price double. Come and register now, you're going to be gaining a lot. Class takes 6 weeks to complete. Okay, even after the class, I'll keep telling you my secrets and you don't know why, because you trusted me enough, because you encouraged me, because you support me. So I'm going to support you. I'm going to make sure you build your brand by taking that course. I will follow you up. I'll follow you up until you build that brand. So now I'm filming as at this moment. I'm filming. So if you are in my paid student, do not worry. After the class, I'm still going to follow you. Like the way I will follow you people up, you people will not believe it. The way I will follow you for, I want to make sure you build your brand. I want to make sure you start making money doing these things. So if you have not registered, there's a back page on my I don't know, my phone is almost done. I will go off now, charge my phone, they will come and talk about the online course. So if you want to make any comment, make sure you make a comment in the comment section. In the comment section, please support me, because I am very genuine to you guys. I have always loved you guys. I know you people loved me, but again, you show your love by being supportive. Support me, register for my online course. That will boost my confidence, and that will make me happy, and I'll be willing to give more and more of my skills, my talents. Okay, happy Children's Day. Today is Children's Day, and make sure you go to church. If your church is 12 o'clock, or if your church is 1:31, make sure you go to church. All right, so I'm going to come back and we'll talk about the online course.